Hello friends, my name is Vijay Kumar and today I'll let you know how we can install OpenLDAP server in Red Hat Enterprise Linux 6 environment. So you can see here I have two virtual machine, LDAP 1 and LDAP 2 respectively, and I just taken a remote session of LDAP 1. So I'm just going to configure LDAP 1 as a LDAP server, and LDAP 2 I'll use to authenticate. Okay, so let's go first. I have disk inserted, so first of all I'll create a local yum repository. To doing this, let first you mount my disk and let it mount to media. Okay, now I'll create a repo file. Say local.repo. Okay, local, it is my name I'm giving here, but you can give anything as per your convenience. So name is my local repo. Very good. Okay, and the base URL I'll give it here to file. I'm using file. If you are using FTP, you can use a FTP URL or HTTP URL as usual. Media, this is my location of files, yum files. Enabled is equal to 1, gpg check is equal to 0. Oh, sorry. This is laptop actually, so sometimes it's giving some trouble. Okay, alright, so close it and let me check my repository is working or not. So yep, it is working, and 3585 packages are there inside that repository. So I'll use yum install OpenLDAP servers. Okay, yep. Okay, so OpenLDAP servers package is installed and I can move now. So second thing is I'll copy a slapd.conf file to the right place, because you can see here lsctc OpenLDAP that it does not have any slapd.conf file. So I'll copy it from usr share OpenLDAP server slapd. It resides inside this directory and in the name of slapd.conf.obsolete, so I'll copy it to my LDAP directory, but slapd.conf, I'll give that name. Now I can edit this file, etc OpenLDAP slapd.conf. okay, and you can see this section has the schemas, default schemas available with this OpenLDAP installation, and it includes all those. So this is the location of process ID file PID, and this is the args files. Allow binding version 2 is saying us that it can also bind with version 2 LDAP protocol. This is the module path directory for 64-bit as well as 32-bit. So I'm using 64-bit, but I'm not going to discuss more depth about module. This will this I'll tell you about these modules, how we can use it when in my next video I'll install the multi-master application also. Okay, so this TLS certification, the certificates I don't require actually. SSL I'll tell you later in my next video. So what are the basic things is ki the suffix, you can use your own DC. I'm using my domain. CN is equal to manager. CN, this routine is the administrative user which has all the authorities and privileges to change anything. And next, this portion is for access control. You can write your own access control to here. I'm just leaving it as per the default one. One more thing, friend, I'll give one password. So for the password, this is the command. So for OpenLDAP, it is a best practice to encrypt, generate an encrypted password and then use it inside that slapd.conf so that the password will be secure. Okay, so now it is possible to use a simple plain text password, but I'm going to generate a new password. So I'm giving that password root@123 root@123 for testing purpose. This is the encrypted password which it has generated. And now go to the slapd.conf file again, and here you can see I will put this section root pw, paste this line, and it's done. So my slapd.conf file is okay. Now I can test key whether the file is okay or not. So there is a utility slap test -u. Yeah, the config file testing is succeeded. And now one more thing required is remove everything inside OpenLDAP slapd.d, whatever is inside, and remove everything inside where live LDAP. This is my default database directory. Now whenever you will go for first configuration with a fresh RHEL, you will not find anything. So what I'll do, I'll copy a db config file which is required to configure database. CSR share OpenLDAP servers db config example. So I'll let it copy where lib LDAP, and the name will be db underscore config. Okay, the file has been copied. Now change this ownership to LDAP. Fine. And now I'll test again my slapd.conf file and let it create the configuration to skeleton configuration I'm telling sometimes. So actually this line is telling you that by using this slapd.conf file, it will generate the config schema and dynamic configuration inside this directory. So later on, if you will remove this slapd.conf file, it will not impact anymore to the existing configuration. Alright, it is telling db open, db succeeded. Okay, again this This is okay. I can now start the service. One more thing, friends, in RHEL 6 onwards, if it is taking too much time, that means I have not configured host name. Fully qualified domain name is there, but in host it is not there. That is why, because it is not resolving the IP address to host name. So it will be better to use any DNS. Otherwise you can use the host file. Okay, so you can see here my slapd.conf service has been started, but for next time let me change the hosts. I'm not using the version 6 protocol. Okay, fine, and my IP address is 172.16.6.131 and the name is ldap1.mydomain.com. ldap1. Alright, I'll give the second LDAP IP also, so that later on I must not provide again. This is ldap2 mydomain.com ldap2. Alright, now if I'll restart the service, yeah, it frequently let get started. Okay, friend, so now I'll create the base DN etc. But first of all, let me tell you, if you will give ldap search, sorry, the command will not work because I must also install another package. OpenLDAP clients. Fine. LDAP search minus b. B is the base, and the base is authentication. Okay, d cn is equal to manager okay. So you can see here it is not returning any tree, subtree. That means the object class is equal to asterisk, and the search is nothing. Any object is not actually existing inside this LDAP. So what I'll do, I'll create first the base. So I have some files, base.ldif. Let me show you what it has inside. So one more thing, friends, LDAP, OpenLDAP always listen everything through LDIF format. LDIF is the LDAP data interchange format, which is a particular text formatted file in the form of this. You can see here. So every time whenever you need to add any object or delete any object or modify any object, not for deleting but for adding any object, you always need to go through this LDIF file. So I have the LDIF file which is saying that the base distinguished name is DC my domain. This is the object class, the organization, and DC object, and DC is my domain, organization is my domain. So only this line will create a base, and then these three lines are telling us that it will create an OU, organizational unit people, and the same another operating the organizational unit I'm going to create is group, people and group. And this is, you can see, this is an cn entry vmail for group, organizational unit, which will be a POSIX group, and it has the GID number 5011. This is the cn, and one object I'll create, cn is Vijay Kumar, OU is equal to this. So the UID will be Vijay, and the password I can specify in a flat format. Simple. And this is the UID number of this object, and this is the ID number. Okay, let it copy first. Now, because actually it has all the other entries also, the password policy and all, so I'll discuss it in my later next video. But first of all, for this video, this is enough. Okay, now you can import this LDIF file by using LDAP 8. So LDAP 8 is, and the DN root DN is cn is equal to manager, DC is equal to itoman is equal to com. Alright, and the W is okay. Oh shit, I did not given the file, and it is still asking for a file. Alright, so you can see here, by using this command, I have just added a new entries, some new entries. This is the base, this is OU, this is OU, and this is an entry inside this OU, and this is an entry inside this OU. Okay, so now I can again use this LDAP search, and you can see here it is now returning those entries which are already inside. This is my DIT, you can see here. And if you need to search particular object, you can search here UID is equal to Vijay, and this will return only one entry. Alright, so my LDAP server is ready now. So let me log in. Another SSH session. I'm going to log in LDAP 2 server, so that I can demonstrate here the authentication mechanism, how a Linux machine, RHEL 6 onwards machine, can log into OpenLDAP by using simple protocol. Alright, so you need to first yum install OpenLDAP clients. Okay, let it install. Fine. And friends, there are some packages if you are installing your Red Hat Linux in normal desktop by selecting normal desktop, so you have to remove some packages because they will actually deviate. So I'm just going to uninstall those packages. One is IPA client, it get removed. Another is SSSD, so this also get removed. And one more package you need to install is NSS PAM LDAP. This is the PAM LDAP module which will let you authenticate to LDAP server. But first of all, in LDAP server, enforcement SE Linux would be disabled, so temporarily I can use this, and this IP table should be properly configured, but I'm going to just stop the IP table service. For the time being. And on the client machine now I can use this authconfig TUI utility. LDAP, yeah, this is, now I'll give 172.16.6.131. this is my LDAP server's IP address, and my domain.com, this is the base DN. Okay, starting NSLCD. Yeah, so it has authenticated. Now one more thing, for enabling automatic directory creation, so that if a user get login into this client, RHEL client, their home directory will be automatically created. For doing this, we need to enable mkdir option. So authconfig enable mkhomdir and update. Again NSLCD starting, and you know this starting service is taking some time because I have configured the host file in LDAP1, but I have not configured yet the host file in LDAP2. Because of this only it is taking some time to starting any services. So in your case either use proper DNS. Okay, so let's moving on. NSLD and job D is started. So let me show Vijay. Yeah, you can see here Vijay is not in grep. Vijay etc past uploading. You can see here Vijay is not in local user, but it is the LDAP user, and its their home directory is already created. You can see here pwd. No, this is the root, but no. So pwd is home Vijay. So you can see it can authenticate now. So I'm just going to authenticate. So SSH Vijay 172.16.6.132. this is client's IP. Once I'll get authenticate, then I'll close this video and then I'll move on to configure next option. You will see my next video to in my next video I'll configure multi-master replication in LDAP server. Okay, Vijay, and the password I given there was root@123. It may take some time because of some IP and name resolution issues. Make it a best practice of yours. Okay, you can see here I can authenticate. So thank you friends, thanks for watching my video.